This is just going to be a comfy, simple video on how to use Monarch. If you have a specific question, just go to the description below and there'll be timestamps and you can find what you're looking for. You want to add an account, so you just click here on accounts. And then up here, you're just going to go add an account and you just type in the institution. So if it's Chase, you just type in Chase, there it is. Or whoever has your mortgage, or if it's an investment account, you can type in Vanguard or TD, and then you just add it. What's so great about Monarch is you can create customized budgets. So here's the budget set up, but if you want it to be customizable, you can find it two ways. You can go to dashboard. Okay, sometimes it's right here on the dashboard. This dashboard has been customized, this demo dashboard. If you can't find it that way, you go to settings and you go to categories. And this is going to allow you to set up your budget in any way. You can click on this if you want it to be called, like my name's Therese, so Therese's paycheck. If you want it to be specific like that. If you want to delete, you're like, I don't have that much income, I'm just going to deactivate it. You can disable a category. Sometimes transactions will already be under that category. Let me see if I can find one. And let's pretend you want to deactivate this. Where should we assign these rules and transactions? Sometimes there's an obvious place. Maybe you don't have an auto payment, but your auto insurance payment is always defaulting there. So you would put it under auto insurance, but sometimes there's not a clear place. And I always just reassign them to on categorize. So then when I'm categorizing my transactions, I can categorize them any way I want. I'm going to cancel because I didn't really want to disable that. Then you can, if you want them in a specific order, you just drag and drop. If you don't need them, but let's say you don't do public transportation, but you need another category in your housing, you can drag and drop it down here. You can change the emoticon to anything like you like. Maybe just a money face like that makes it more fun to pay the rent for you. A category I believe is missing is financial fees. I see a lot of people have financial fees. So if you want to add a category, for example, financial fees, I always do the emoticon and then just type in financial fees. I'm not the world's best speller. And you just hit save. So you can customize any of the categories, but let's say you want to delete this whole bills and utilities group. You hit delete, but it's going to want to reassign all these to another group, and you can pick what group you want it to be assigned to. If you don't want any of them assigned anywhere, you have to deactivate them. Like I said here, you would hit deactivate. But you can customize any section with as many or as little things as you like. Okay, so that's how you add and create the categories you want. Then to set up the budget, you just come over here. Now here is like the budgeted amount, and this is how much actually came in. So Teresa's paycheck, let's pretend I'm going to give myself a raise and I want to make, we're going to be sexy here, I'm going to give myself 20,000 a month. So this budget will be changed going forward. You see 20,000, unless I want to change it. Maybe I'm only getting paid 20,000 for a couple months. And then in April, now I'm going to get paid 10,000, something like that. So you can, that's how you change the budget. You don't want to change it in the past. And then all categories that have nothing in it kind of will be hidden and collapsed. So you have to unhide it. and then they'll be arranged by high to low. Then if you're like, oh, I wanna note that this is my husband's auto payment. You don't have to go back to the beginning. You could just click on this gear and go, my husband's name, Matt's auto payment. And that will save it right there. So this is the budgeted amount. You can change it for any amount. You can look at the trend to see how much you've been spending. And here is how much this whole category adds up to and how much you have left. This confuses people a lot, this part left to budget. So there's different ways of thinking about budgeting. Some people think, like YNAB users, you need a budget users, think you have to budget every single dollar away. And this is saying, hey, Treese, you're making 20 grand and this budget only adds up to, my expenses add up to 5,180. So you got to budget the rest, Treese. I don't believe in that. So I look at this as positive cash flow. And if this turns red, like if this budget adds up to 21,000, it's going to turn red and it's telling me that I'm overspending my income, which is very valuable. Hiding accounts. So let's say you go to your accounts and you don't want them all to show up. Actually, you find pretty much everything over here. This would say your name. You click settings and then you go to institutions. So I have John and Melanie's 401k. So let's say I want to hide John's. So if I want to hide John's 401k, I can hide it from this list. I can hide it from net worth, and I can hide it from cash flow and budgets. Jackie, you shut that because the birds are too loud. So there's 3 places to hide it from. And then just to show, then it won't show up anywhere. You will see in transactions like a little eyeball with a line through it. So you will see the transactions come through, but the eyeball will be a little indicator that they're not visible anywhere. Sometimes if your net worth is being inverted, let's pretend you have 100,000, but it's saying you have negative 100,000. You can come here, and if it's inverted, this will invert the balance of your account. So if you're looking at your net worth and it says a negative 100 and it's supposed to be positive 100, just click on the account that is running negative and toggle that sign, and that will fix it. Splitting a transaction, super fun and super easy. Go to transactions. Let's pretend this Verizon phone, I want to split it. Let's say half of it is a gift. So I'm going to just hit on the transaction, then I'll hit split, and then I'll say part of it's my phone bill. So I just type in phone, and I'm going to say 100 is a phone bill, and then I'm going to say I gift a phone line to somebody and it's $40, and then I can split it into 2 transactions. Make sure and always hit save though. Creating a rule is so valuable. A cheat way to do it is I change it and then I go to, I'm going to put it back to mortgage, right? It's going to come back to mortgage, and you see how that pops up. I hit create rule, and my Wells Fargo will always now be the mortgage. Now it will always be the mortgage, meaning you don't want to do this for like Target, because Target, sometimes Target's a gift, sometimes it's home supplies, blah, blah, blah. You want to do it for things that are always. So you click save there. And also it will save all future things to all Wells Fargo things to mortgage. You can also do it here. Go to settings, rules. And you can see, and if you want to delete a rule, you can just go to your list and say, oh, that was a mistake. I'm going to delete that and hit that there. Like this is Amazon will always be under shopping. That's not really effective. That I don't want that to be there, because Amazon can be anything. So you go here, create rule, And then like if you have Whole Foods and update the category, that's always going to be groceries. Like that. And then I hit save. But let's say, wait, I have a whole bunch of grocery stores that I want to put in there. You just hit this add button. You add Trader Joe's. There it is. And that's groceries. And so you can just add all your food things there. This is helpful because you might forget what it was, like an ATM withdrawal or something. And so you come over here and let's pretend this Verizon thing. I remember how I made part of my Verizon thing a gift. Oh, I made it a gift because uh, paying my sister's phone for her birthday. Okay, that's silly. I don't even know where that came from. My sister would definitely want something a little bit more interesting. And then it's automatically saved. I don't need to do anything. I go to gifts. If I want to look on the note, see right there. It works really well with ATM stuff. I go to reports. And the one I really like is spending. And let's just say we want to know it. This month rate I'm in right now in real life is February. February is almost coming to an end. And I'm going to say from February 1st to February 28th, I want to know how much I spent. And then it shows me the biggest pieces of the pie. Oh, I spent $2,700 on my mortgage. And if any of this looks like, that doesn't seem accurate. It doesn't seem accurate that I spent $1,160 on my car payment. Click on that and it will pop up. This is fun. This is just like if you're more of a visual person. It's like, oh, Teresa's paycheck. Good job, Teresa. You're saving. It's going really nicely. And it really shows you where most of your money goes to, just in a visual sense. What can easily happen is that if you can't spot a transaction that you know should be there, go to transactions and search under transfers. When you search under transfers, transfers are never included in the budget or the spending. They don't add up to anything. So we don't have anything here. I'm going to put something here so you can see it. Let's pretend my paycheck got under transfers, right? I work for IBM. Now let me go to search transfers. Oh, there it is. And I actually want to categorize that as Teresa's paycheck. So Venmo, PayPal, Apple, sometimes Amazon, paychecks, transfers from different accounts. They get stuck on here and they throw off actually how much you're spending. I'm going to show you how it works in case you happen to like it. So if you like it, rollover means anything extra in this monthly budget will roll over to the next month. You just click that. And you're going to see how it has this little arrow that says, it's an auto payment. So it's going to be the same amount. So it's not really going to roll over, but it could happen like in your groceries where it rolls over. And so you get this big amount of money going forward. I personally don't like that, but that's how you do it. And if you want to turn it off, you just hit the little gear and turn it off. And don't forget to hit save. If you want to customize your dashboard and move your net worth and your budget and all this stuff around, you just go up here to the right-hand corner, and then it's going to show you everything. That's why I thought the getting started guide. You click here to customize the categories or to create a goal or create a budget. But they had that turned off because they had already did that, the demo person. And you can change the order of these. Like I want to see my progress first. I want to see my net worth first, however you want it. So you can get notifications of like, oh my gosh, I overspent in this category. I reached my goal. My monthly balance is too low. This page, I guess, is disabled, which makes sense in demo mode, but you can see if the account stops syncing up, if you've reached your goal, balance not high enough, something like that. And you can have them text or emailed. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video.